Oh, we are live. We are live. Quiet Storm Sports. I'm on the road. You can hear it in my voice. Man, it's your boy Sutton Def from the Purple Rain podcast. This is yet another episode of Quiet Storm Sports. I think it's episode four. Yeah, episode four of this audio podcast. Just coming off a fresh Ravens W as of about an hour ago. Ravens beat the Rams. Man, what a game. What a game. Ravens beat the Rams in overtime on a punt return for a touchdown by Tylan Wallace. Again, in overtime. Crazy stuff. Very, very crazy stuff. I was actually at the game. Your boy Sutton Def was at the game. Um, Crazy vibes. It was up and down, kind of like an emotional roller coaster, to be honest with you. Um, Man, that stadium was rocking though. It was rocking. The bank was rocking. They showed up. It was supposed to be one of those type of like monsoon games, like super rained out, maybe a delay or two like the Steelers game last week. But no, the weather actually held up. Yeah, there were some drizzles here and there, but like for the most part, it was relatively dry, compared to some of the other rain games in the past. So, I was satisfied with it. As somebody actually at the game, watching the game, it was not bad at all. It was actually a really good experience. I enjoyed myself. Ravens W though. That's the main topic here tonight. Showcase FTR says, "What a game! What a game, bro! It was crazy. It was crazy." And honestly, I'd say about like halfway through the fourth quarter, I thought we were going to lose that game. I really thought we were going to lose that game. I mean, it was just looking like one of those where we could not stop their offense. I mean, our offense was doing pretty well for most of the game. Let me just start off my hot take about, and it's not even really a hot take, but just my overall take about this game and my critique of the Ravens based off of this game. Defense has got to step up. Okay, I know the defense has been the main focal point of this team for the majority of the season. I love it. We've been really good at running the football, really good at defense. But defense and run defense specifically has to be better. It has to be better all season long. And listen, I'm gonna sound like a broken record because I've been talking about this on the show with me and Alex for a long time now. It's been months. I've been talking about this. Our run D is suspect. It's suspect. Kyron Williams, I know he had over 100 yards rushing today. I looked up I looked up at the box score like halfway through the game. Like before halftime, he already had like 73 yards rushing. So I know he had over 100 yards rushing. Drop his exact rushing yardage in the chat if you know it. I would like to know because I didn't look it up yet, but I know he had over 100. Man, that's got to be better. That's got to be better because going into the playoffs, I would hate for a Raheem Mostert and Isaiah Pacheco, right? Like those type of guys to go off on us for 100 plus yards and really not put us in a good position to win. Ah, hell of a game, Asmodeus. Hell of a game. Zach says very stressful, bro. Yes, it was. I was highly stressed during that game. Highly stressed, highly emotional. Actually went live on the YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out. There was a little live. I think it was like at the end of the third quarter, something like that, maybe beginning of the fourth. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I was at the game having a good time. Me and my lady. I was drinking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, had a great time. Howdy, hello, welcome to those of you who are listening to this episode of the Quiet Storm Sports per the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. Ravens win. Ravens beat the Rams. I was at the game. Great game. Overtime. Let me see. Asmodia says the games in the playoffs will be ugly too. Yeah. Mm. But that scares me though, right? Asmodeus, that scares me. Why? Because the offense surprised me today. I did not expect Lamar Jackson to have 3 passing touchdowns. Did not expect that. I did not expect us to be efficient getting the ball in the end zone through the air, especially in a rain game. And like I said again, it wasn't like a torrential downpour, but there was definitely some precipitation at the stadium. But still, Lamar Jackson, 3+ touchdowns. That's crazy. Didn't expect that. But in the playoffs, again, I don't know if we can continue to expect that regularly. I just don't. Like, we have to be able to get the run game going. I know Keaton Mitchell had himself a pretty decent day. Gus Edwards, not the best. But, man, the main takeaway for me, we have to be able to stop the run. Got to be able to stop the run. That's the big thing. Okay, so he had 114 yards. I see. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Kareem. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. We cannot continue to allow running backs to get 100+ yards rushing on us. Like, it's just not, man, it's not going to bode well for our defense and our team overall going into the playoffs because we have some sneaky running backs. Again, Mostert, Pacheco, goddamn. I mean, there's going to be, ETN is going to be there. Like, there's going to be some running backs in the playoffs that can give us some trouble, and I'm worried about that. We control football games when we control the other team's running back. And when we can't do that, we get into very ugly games, dog fights, shootouts like we got into today. I don't think we can afford that in the playoffs. I really don't because, down to Mark Andrews on this offense, and yes, I'll say that, I'll go there. Shit's tough, man. Shit's tough. Like, I was looking at our offense today, and while it looked good, Lamar Jackson, three passing touchdowns, it still doesn't look as fluid as you would want it to look for a championship team. And when I say fluid, I mean just like things are happening because, and here's where I'll give credit to Lamar Jackson. Things are happening because of Lamar Jackson and what he's making happen, whether it be on the ground, whether it be through the air. And I'll give credit to our receivers as well today. Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ had himself a day. A touchdown. I think it was 3 or 4 catches, one of the two. Man, and you guys all know that one catch. It wasn't a touchdown, but it was for a first down when he adjusts to the ball. Like, he tries to, like, go for it on one side. He realizes the ball's on the other side of his body, turns a different direction, and still catches it. Watching that in real time, watching that live was amazing. And then he kind of does the same thing on the touchdown grab too. And kind of scoots into the end zone. Crazy stuff. Very crazy stuff, man. What a game. Again, what a game. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Lamar should have 6 touchdowns, if I'm honest. How was the bank during the Tylen score? Honestly, during the Tylen Wallace score, it was kind of unreal, right? Like, I don't think, me included, I don't think the bank really realized what was happening when it happened. Because, again, midway through that fourth quarter, it was really feeling like the Ravens were going to lose that game. That's what it felt like. If you go on my guy Simply AS10's Twitter, he posted the Harbaugh face. Whenever he posts the Harbaugh face, that means that a loss is imminent. Luckily, we did not lose today. But it looked like with the way their offense was clicking, we might have lost that game. That's what it looked like. I'm not going to lie. Right? So, but during that Tylen Wallace touchdown, it felt kind of unreal. Like, I thought that he might have gotten pushed out of bounds, but I think I got a bad angle on it. I had really good seats to the game, but I think I got a bad angle on that. I think he got in front of one of the coaches or whatever, so I didn't really get to see. But Apparently, he was still inbounds, and next thing you know, he was in the end zone, touchdown. The bank started rocking like maybe like 5 seconds after he crossed the plane. It was just like a oh shit moment. You know what I mean? Like, because again, Ravens got the ball to start overtime. Ravens got the ball to start overtime. And what happened? We went down, we punted, right? Gave them the ball back, and then they went down and they gave the ball back to us, and then that happened. Tylan Wallace called game. And that is something I'm so happy for Tylan Wallace. Tylan Wallace, man, I think in his third year out of Oklahoma State University. Love the guy. Ever since he was in college, man. I mean, he's never had a moment as big as he had today. And it was just huge. So happy for Tylan Wallace. So happy for the kid, man. Like, that is just... And I know I can't wait to see the locker room footage after. It might already be posted. The game ball that he is going to get for taking that game home. Because the Ravens were on the ropes. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. The Ravens were on the ropes. Anytime when you receive the ball first in overtime and you do not take the chance to go down and score, you're on the ropes. When we did not score on that first drive in overtime, I looked over, I told my girl, I said, hey, look, next score wins. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen next. Excuse my language. I didn't know what was going to happen next. Because the way that the game was going, we couldn't stop the run. So if they wanted to do that, it probably would have worked, right? They were getting like, they had to be averaging at least like 4 to 5 yards a pop. Kyren Williams, at least. At least. It was rough. It was rough. Harbaugh beat the face allegations. Yeah, he did. He did. Barely, though. Barely. Did y'all see that challenge? That challenge on the touchdown that clearly should not have been challenged. Like, Harbaugh, what are you doing? Everybody in the stadium was just completely dumbfounded when that was challenged. And we lost the timeout. Everyone in the stadium was dumbfounded. Just in shock. Like, what are you doing, Harbaugh? It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Harbaugh said challenge was intentional to get a timeout before the 2-point attempt. I guess, right? I guess I'll have to go back and watch that. Maybe it makes sense. Let me see. How about that? Lamar, 43 pass attempts is to tie his career high in a rainy game. That is wild, isn't it? Because I expected so much running today. But as I was sitting there in that stadium, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, the weather is not bad. Ever since Thursday, I was checking like the radar and the forecast to see like how bad the weather was really going to be at this game. Ever since Alex told me that it was going to be a rain game on the Thursday night show, I was looking up to see, okay, how bad is this shit actually going to be? Wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad at all. So they started passing more, and hey, I'm not mad at it. But look, this game was a must win because we have a crazy stretch coming up. A crazy stretch. I mean, we beat the Rams, right? And kind of help me out here, right? But I think we have the Dolphins, then the 49ers, and then the Steelers, I want to say. Or there's another team before them. Can't remember. Can't quite remember. Help me out in the chat. But yeah. Let me see what else you guys are saying here. Man. You really chose the best game to go to. Yeah, it was a really good game, man. Really good game. Lamar had himself a day. I think that the MVP discussions are back on for Lamar Jackson. I mean, after a 3-touchdown day, over 200 yards passing. How many passing yards did Lamar Jackson have total? I'm actually not sure how many passing yards he had total. So let me know. Again, this is my instant reaction. Again, I was at the game, so I wasn't really paying attention to the box score, stats, things like that. So let me know how many passing yards did he have. But man, what a day from Lamar Jackson. 3 touchdowns. He had a good game on the ground. Did have the 1 interception. Um, yeah, but overall, a great day from Lamar Jackson. Let me see. Oh, he had 300 plus. Asmodeus, thank you. 300 plus, 3 touchdowns. Man, what a day against the Red Hot Rams. I mean, the Rams are really good. They have been doing really, really well going into this game. And when I'm watching them live, they looked good. I'm not gonna lie, they looked good. I mean, for the most part, kept Stafford, protected, and Stafford, when he had opportunities, he made it happen. He made it happen, and had a touchdown to Cooper Kupp, had a touchdown to Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, they had themselves a good game. I don't think that the Rams should really hang their head on a loss like this. To be honest with you, if you're a Rams fan listening to this, don't hang your head on this game because you guys played well. You guys played well, and I'm sorry again. I mean, I'm actually kind of losing my voice in real time here, so my apologies. But let me see, 300 passing yards, 70 rushing yards, almost total yards, man. Like that's crazy. I mean, again, the MVP discussions are right back on. And I saw somebody drop our remaining schedule here. Quoney, thank you so much, brother, says Jags, Niners, Dolphins, and Steelers are the remaining opponents. Yeah, so Jags, that's the one I was missing. Jags next, man. Jags, I think they lost today to the Browns, no? Yeah, I think Flacco got them boys. Flacco got the best of them. Yeah, pretty Flacco. I like that. I like that. I like that. They're gonna be pissed off coming into next week. I think it's in Jacksonville too, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, let me know if I am mistaken. But that's gonna be a tough game. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be a tough one. But I got us winning that one. We really needed today. We really needed this win. Coming off a bye week, a lot of teams will. Yeah, a lot of teams coming off a bye week will be a little bit flat. Come out a little bit cold. Uh, but we didn't. We didn't. First drive wasn't that great, right? But 2 touchdowns in the first half, 2 passing touchdowns in the first half. That was really good. That was really, really good. Not something we're used to as Ravens fans. Overall, a great game today. Let me see here. 316 passing. They got blown out. The game's in Jacksonville. Okay. Okay. Yeah, game's in Jacksonville. I still got us winning. I still got us winning that game, to be honest with you. I do. Uh, Jags lost to Flacco Flame today. Yeah, man. Jags kind of slipping. Jags are kind of slipping. But yeah, yeah. Keaton Mitchell had himself a good day. Broke himself off. I think it was like 2 pretty big runs, pretty good runs. Defensive wise, Kyle Hamilton, he went down with a knee. Saw him go into the blue medical tent and go into the locker room after that, and then come out of the locker room and back into the game, and then out of the game again, and then out for the rest of the game. So he's dealing with a knee. Hopefully he can kind of rehab that, get that better, and he'll be ready to go on Sunday. Hopefully. Devon Johnson says Duvernay lost his job today. Yeah, I mean, Devin Duvernay with a couple lackluster punt returns, I'll say. And yeah, I think he had one decent one where he kind of wiggled around a little bit and got to, I think, like almost the 40, something like that. But other than that, I mean, Tylan Wallace with that game winner, that was everything. That was everything. I don't know if the offense would have went out there and took us home. I really don't know. So the fact that the special teams unit was the one that took us home, I know that really makes Harbaugh very happy. Cam the Baptist says Duve is done in Baltimore. Engineering Design says Marlon was getting cooked, in my opinion. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Marlon Humphrey, as somebody who was actually at the bank today watching the game, Marlon Humphrey was food. Bro, he was getting toasted, cooked. vacuum packed, shelved, purchased, heated up, ate. It was bad. It was bad, bro. Like earlier in the game, they had Arthur Millette on Cooper Kupp on multiple occasions. One of those occasions, a touchdown pass. And man, I was like, bro, why do we have Arthur Millette on Cooper Kupp? Next thing you know, we got Marlon Humphrey on Cooper Kupp. And Kupp is just absolutely abusing him. I'm talking back-to-back plays, like gotta have it plays too. Like plays where you make your money as a DB and where the wide receiver on the other side of the field makes his money. And you got to step up. You got to be the bigger guy. You got to be the big boy. Humphrey was not that guy today. He was not that guy today. I'm here to tell you that. He was getting burned. There was one drive late in the fourth quarter where I think we had just scored a touchdown. I think it was the touchdown to Zay Flowers. And they come back. I'm talking back-to-back plays. They're working on Marlon Humphrey. Like, why are we working? Why are quarterbacks targeting Marlon Humphrey? I don't care who he's guarding. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if it's their best guy. Marlon Humphrey's supposed to be our best corner, our lockdown corner. All pro Marlo. And he was getting burnt today. He was toast. I will say that. Simply AS10, what's going on, brother? Says 100 mil career getting cooked and 100 mil left tackle getting subbed out of the game. Yeah, bro. Well, you know, Stanley, I heard he was dealing with a hip. He went out with a hip. He had a huge brace on his right leg. I saw him on the sidelines today, early in that first quarter, honestly. Huge brace on his right leg. And then they said that he had a hip that he was dealing with as well. So I think that he was really just banged up and they decided to take him out. You know, got beat a little bit, but probably due to his I word, to be honest with you. So that's unfortunate. Again, I agree with what we said on the last episode of the show. We got to draft a tackle. That it's tackle and definitely a DB. I can comfortably say tackle and DB are our biggest priorities right now. We have to get some young blood in there, some young talent who can really, you know, help us out. That's really it. Let me see. KB Trey says Humphrey been trashed for years. Man, Humphrey, he's. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say he's overrated, but he does give up big plays, though. I'm not gonna lie. He does give up big plays. Like he'll go stretches where you don't hear his name because like he's doing his job, he's locking down his guy, and that's what you want from your DB, right? But at the same time, man, there's been multiple spots where he's gotten cooked. He's gotten cooked, and some of those spots have been big spots, like today, like that week 4, week 5 Steelers matchup, that Steelers game when Pickens gets him. I know that was his first game back from I word, right? But that was big. That lost us the game. So, hey, man, shit's been tough. Let me see. Today was one of Hump's worst games. Yeah, man. And it was his first game back from another I word. So, I don't know how effective he's going to be going forward. Maybe there's some looking in the mirror to do. I'd be very interested to listen to his next podcast because it just doesn't look like he's all there. Does not look like he's all there. But again, happy for the win today. Today was a must win because the rest of the way, like we said, Jags, Dolphins, Niners, Steelers, those are all tough games, tough matchups, you know. And if we would have dropped today, if we would have lost today, that would have made our chances at getting that 1 seed in the AFC way tougher going into this 3-4 game stretch that's coming up. So again, thankful for this win. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. And Rain Gang, I love y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Me and Alex will be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. to do a full recap of this game. Rain Gang, stay positive, test negative, and don't ever forget to call God. Thank you, Simply. We appreciate you, bro. Peace out.